Hulk versus Magneto, muscle versus magnetism. It began in a world where boundaries blurred between raw power and refined control, where muscle clashed with mind and brute strength met elemental mastery. In the heart of a war-torn city, now abandoned and crumbling, two forces prepared to collide. One, a living tempest of gamma-fueled rage. The other, a master of magnetic fields, a mutant whose mind could twist the very laws of physics. This was not just a battle. This was a reckoning between unstoppable force and immovable intellect. The Hulk had come first, pounding across the ruins of steel and glass with the fury of an earthquake made flesh. Each step cracked the earth beneath his massive feet. He was a behemoth with jade skin and burning eyes, anger coiled in every sinew. The remnants of buildings groaned as he passed, their steel frames trembling, as if they too feared him. No words guided his journey, only a primal instinct, a pull toward a presence he couldn't name but recognized as challenge. Across the city, waiting upon a platform of twisted metal that hovered effortlessly above the shattered skyline, stood Magneto. Regal, cold, unflinching. He wore no armor beyond his helmet, but he needed none. His power was invisible, yet absolute. The air around him shimmered with unseen energy, particles vibrating in anticipation of his will. Magneto did not seek battle for glory. He sought it as a statement, a declaration that the age of uncontrolled power was over, and in its place, a new order would rise, precise, strategic, intelligent. The moment arrived as a distant thunder turned to a close roar. Hulk appeared through a cloud of dust, his figure rising like a mountain from the ground. Magneto, with a subtle gesture, descended. The metal beneath his feet reshaped itself into a smooth, circular arena hovering just above ground level, framing their battleground like a coliseum for gods. Without hesitation, the Hulk charged. His motion was not reckless but driven, his mind clouded with rage yet focused on one thing: Magneto. He leapt, fists raised, a green comet hurtling toward his foe. But Magneto was already in motion, lifting his hands not in defense, but in orchestration. The iron from the ground responded like an instrument to a maestro, rising into a shield that absorbed Hulk's impact, bending and groaning but not breaking. The first strike was deflected, and Magneto retaliated with a burst of metallic shards propelled like a storm of daggers. They met Hulk's skin and shattered, sparks flying, fragments melting from the sheer force of impact. Hulk growled and swept his arm, knocking aside what remained. He lunged again, this time grabbing the edge of a nearby collapsed bridge, swinging it like a club. Magneto rose, floating upward as the improvised weapon crashed below him. With the flick of a finger, the metal of the bridge disintegrated, pulled apart molecule by molecule, falling as harmless dust. Hulk's eyes narrowed. He was learning. This enemy did not fight like others. He was not physical in the same sense. His power came from the world itself, from the invisible threads binding matter. Undeterred, Hulk pounded the ground, sending shockwaves that cracked streets and shattered windows. Buildings teetered. Magneto hovered higher, redirecting falling steel into spirals that danced around him like metallic sentinels. Then, he struck. A massive girder, pulled from the remains of a skyscraper, twisted into a spear, and launched toward Hulk. It struck his chest and bent instantly. Hulk roared, not in pain but in fury, and hurled the mangled steel back with titanic force. Magneto caught it mid-air, turning its momentum into rotation, then sent it slicing around Hulk like a buzz. It grazed his arm, drawing blood. Rare proof that even the green giant could be wounded. Enraged, Hulk slammed his fists together, unleashing a sonic clap that rippled outward. Magneto's metal constructs wavered, destabilized by the force, and for the first time, the mutant's expression shifted, just slightly, into something resembling caution. Hulk seized the moment. He bounded upward, faster than his size should allow, reaching Magneto mid-air. His hand closed around a strand of metal shielding the mutant, and with a surge of power, tore through it. Magneto darted back, cloaking himself in a magnetic sphere, but Hulk's punch landed, a glancing blow but enough to send ripples through the air and shake the sky itself. The battle raged on. For every strike Hulk delivered, Magneto countered with finesse. Cars became missiles, street lamps turned to spears. Reinforced concrete blocks levitated and shattered like eggshells under Magneto's will. But for every attack, Hulk withstood, it absorbing damage and converting it into rage. His strength grew with every blow, and with that strength came pressure, unrelenting, brute, ancient pressure that threatened to collapse even the most refined control. Magneto, ever the tactician, tried to isolate him. He levitated entire structures and dropped them, creating mazes of debris, hoping to contain the beast. But Hulk did not slow. He tore through obstacles, bursting through walls, lifting whole chunks of the city and hurling them skyward in defiance. He was not just strong, he was unstoppable. And yet, Magneto was not defeated. As the tide of battle ebbed and flowed, he adapted. He began to target the blood, the iron in Hulk's very veins. It was subtle at first, tingling, pressure, then a tug from within. Hulk faltered, confusion flickering across his face. Magneto focused, weaving his influence deeper, attempting to bind the beast from the inside out. It was a dangerous gamble. No one had ever dared to control Hulk's biology before. But Magneto was a master not of war, but of balance, knowing when to press and when to pivot. He exerted magnetic force with microscopic precision, manipulating ions, drawing Hulk to stillness. For a moment, the green giant paused, suspended, muscles twitching, breath ragged. But then, with a primal scream that echoed beyond the city, Hulk broke free. Not of chains, but of Magneto's grasp. The force of will within him overwhelmed even the pull of magnetic fields. He surged forward, grabbing a chunk of Earth itself and leaping higher than ever before, meeting Magneto in the sky. The final clash came like the impact of titans. Hulk's fist met Magneto's shield in midair, and the resulting shockwave leveled what remained of the city. Dust rose in a colossal cloud, engulfing both figures. For a long moment, nothing could be seen. Only silence and the sound of rubble settling. When the dust cleared, the scene was still. Hulk stood in the center of a crater, panting, his skin marked with burns and gashes, eyes dim, but not defeated. Magneto lay on the edge, still conscious, his helmet cracked, his limbs trembling, but his gaze as sharp as ever. Neither had truly won. Hulk had proven that no force could contain his fury. Magneto had shown that intellect could hold its own against raw destruction. They had pushed each other to the edge, not just of power, but of understanding. For in their battle they had glimpsed the other's world. Hulk, a creature of chaos, had faced precision. Magneto, a mind of order, had endured chaos. And in that desolate, ruined city, both titans walked away, not victorious, not broken, but changed. A silent acknowledgement passed between them, not of peace, but of respect. They were opposites in every sense, yet together they had written a chapter that would echo in legend. The day when muscle met magnetism, and neither could claim supremacy.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe if you like videos like this. Thank you.